myself where I was last year. I was chilling. Hold on 2 seconds. I've got that bike in the background. There we go. I was chilling in the Dominican last year. There we go. At this time, and the market was crashing. Had puts on. I was ready to rock and roll. We did seem to have a bit of a dead cat bounce yesterday. And looking for this now to potentially drop the market. I am just also watching a bit of a Tesla. You know what? I'm just going to get out of that Tesla trade right now because it's not doing what I wanted it to do. It's not holding. And so I'm done. Sayonara, Tesla. I did put it out on Twitter and I'm getting out of it. Don't like what it's doing. Market feels like it's heavy, like it wants to drop away and drop down. So not going to hang on to something hoping that it's going to bounce. All right, let me pull up the charts over here. Oh my goodness, I didn't even pull up the chat. You guys could be putting in messages and I'm all into what the market is doing. Wish I was right there in the sunshine and sharing. What a funny picture. All right, let's share this right here. Share to Twitter. Dun, da, da, da. There we go. And let's go right back here. Right over here, tools. So I'm going to, hello, Bat Scientist. Hello, Net Sky Limit. Hey, Terry, I hope everybody that was watching bought some BITW. It was simply a technical analysis target. And wow, it's up 89% from Sunday. Like, you can't be upset about that. 2 seconds while I fix that annoying image issue. So hold on 2 seconds. My spin bike was getting in the way. There we go. Still not. I have literally a green yoga mat to cover it. All right. Market infamating bubble more and more. Yeah, you know what? Hey, the big guys can take it up, they can take it down. It's just a matter of being on the right side of the trade, right? The more that I study the market, it's mathematical. It is not personal. It is not you. If the market's not doing what you expect it to do, are you going to sit around and hang around and wait? Not me. I don't want to do that. All right, let's go over here really quickly. And so I've got the SPY totally not in. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to adjust this. There we go. All right, so here's where we were. Last February, we started to have this pull down, and it looks like we might have, I'm not short, but I want. Well, wait, right? I mean, my big thing is I look at that 45-minute chart. All right, we're breaking down. We have a bit of an H on the 5 minutes. How about the 15-minute? Yeah, it's looking pretty good. We're here. If we break below here, really, this is the volume-weighted anchor price from yesterday. We did have a big drawdown day yesterday. It feels reminiscent of last February, Friday of February, this time. I was by the pool on my phone. Awesome, this is so cool. I have puts on, I'm paying for vacation. And so that's why I've got this up, because it remembers. Yeah, we'll look at HYLN and XPEV for sure. Do you use Finviz to find stocks at 500 DMA or 200 DMA? What to buy? You know what, Net Sky Limit, I do my scanning in the morning with trade ideas. I did show a little bit of that on my video yesterday live. And then I create it based on what's moving that day. But I also watch the indexes. I watch VXX. I watch the macro view, but I also day trade. So right now it feels as if the market's getting a little heavy. I might trim some other positions, just checking out to see if I want to trim anything else. I do have BITW. I did take some more profit off of BITW today. Also in, let's see, I mean, I have some BABA too. Do I want to get out of BABA? Right now, I'm okay with BABA with where it is. All right, Bitcoin has just been screaming higher as we've been dropping. So that is super, super exciting that Bitcoin is going higher. Finviz has the same for free. You know what? I really like the sortability for trade ideas. And so that's why I use trade ideas. I am a creature of habit. I have been using it since 2015. So that's why I do continue to use it, because I absolutely love it and I'm a creature of habit and it works for me, right? Why recreate the wheel? If it's working, go with it. So SPY over here on the daily chart. Oops, totally did not mean to move that. I want to do this so we can see it better over here. All right. So we look, is this a little head and shoulders right here on the 24 hours? Shoulder, high volume on that left shoulder. Head. If we end up going like this, then I'm going to measure the depth from here, 5 points. All right, we go from 289. Let's add at least the 5 points down. So that would bring us roughly 384.46. Hey Finviz, hey ASIF. I know LN. All right, so let's talk. So the SPY, I'm going to go through the indexes and then we'll add on Bitcoin and BITW. So the Qs, I'm starting to see that head and shoulders on the daily for the indexes. I'm going to put the daily over here so you can see that what I'm talking about. So right here, this is looking like a shoulder. 100,000, I agree, 100,000, but not today. It's coming. It's coming. My top, I think today was 55,187 is what my target is for Bitcoin today. So I'm starting to see this. Check it out. High volume on the left shoulder top. We have higher volume coming here as we drop down. And now are we going to continue and break down? Looks like support is right here at 330. So my target to the downside, if we break off here, 648. Let's measure it to the downside. 648. I just want it here. To start, now it could be the bigger move to come, right? 326. So I have 326 for the Qs. I gotta write these down to keep track of them for myself. 326. I don't remember what I said for the SPY. But IWM. I was just talking to one of the flow trade guys and I said, hey, you know what? IWM is primed. Look, we have this daily, this white line right here is the daily channel that we were holding in for quite a while. Lower risk entry for potential short is when it bounces up and it rejects it. That's the dead cat bounce. On the shorter time frame, on the 45-minute chart over here, we have this trend in which it's been rejecting, right? So we have a trend line, we have this upward trend, low risk short entry, right? If it comes back up above 2226.50, out. Other than that, this is going down at least down to 217.50 in my opinion, 218, 217.50. We could see a bigger move to the downside. This is reminiscence again of last year. Is it going to be exactly the same? Don't know. But the biggest part of analyzing a market is being able to get in at the beginning of a trend and ride it for majority of the trend, right? So when we're looking at it, if we can see on the smaller time frames what's showing to be a bigger move, amazing. Now, this could also fill the gap down here, 215 area, right? And let's look at Dow Jones, DIA ETF. We have these two boxes right here. So I'd watch that. This doesn't really have so much of a head and shoulder, but it kind of has the shoulder here, head, not looking as much of a failure, but I would put the 313.50 level here and a high of the open of 317. So 2 points to the downside, it would likely come back down, right, to about 312, test this area right here. So Dow Jones is looking fairly strong right now. Let's check out, hello Salve, let's check out Bitcoin USD. So I do have my, you see, 55,187 is my target there. Are you going to delete? Delete? Doesn't want to delete for me. All right, so 55,187. We did not break 55 today. Could this pull back further? Definitely. So this is 45-minute on the left. I've sort of switched it up today so you guys can see the volume. You see this on the volume as well on the daily chart. Less people are interested in buying it at this price, right? On the 45-minute chart, crazy volume, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Oh, it dropped off. No more momentum, right? So you're watching PFE and AGI. We'll add those on. So we also have HYLN, XPEV, PFE, AGI. Yeah, Bitcoin Cash. You know what? I haven't been watching Bitcoin Cash, LN, but in relation to trading Bitcoin, I've been trading BITW. So if you guys follow me, you might be brand new to the channel, totally fine. If you are, I do a Sunday live stream as well. I'm live 6 days a week. And if you like it, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on the notifications. So you do know when I do go live. So every Sunday, I also give out a watch list of what I'm looking at going into the week. And I had Bitcoin or BITW on there. And I mentioned, hey, if we're able to break out above 78 over here, I got in at 76, I think this day. And then it pulled back. Maybe it was this day, the 11th. The 11th was Thursday. Yeah. So Thursday, I got in at 76 area. And then, boom, once we broke up above, look at how quickly it went parabolic, right? This does have 3 million in the float. This is a OTC crypto fund with 77% holding in Bitcoin and 17% holding in Ethereum. So this is one way to trade the crypto arena without purchasing crypto as far as a stock. Now, I took some off at 89, and then yesterday I added at, actually I got filled at the low of the day. I put in an order for 102. I got filled at 190. The low of yesterday. You look up at the above, 190.5. That was my order. Crazy. I was like, oh my God, I've never been filled at the low of the day. It's amazing. And then I took some profit yesterday, took a little bit more off when I started to see this formation, the volume dropping as well on the 15-minute chart. When I started to see it topping off and watching Bitcoin as well and descending volume, I was ready to take a little bit of profit off. So pretty much my holdings that I have in it still, that's my profit. So I'm ready to let this one sit and run and do its thing. If we see Bitcoin at 100,000, we'll likely see this up at $300, if not more, because it also has Ethereum in it. It also has other crypto coins in it as well. Hey, Christy, thank you. All right, so you want to see Ethereum? So let's look at Ethereum. Ethereum futures. No, let's look at Ethereum USD on Kraken. All right, so Ethereum, let's back this out to a full picture. So this one is going nicely parabolic, not really parabolic, but a nice upward move, right? It was at a lower angle, and now it's just sort of slowly grinding higher. A little bit more extended away from that trend line. So it could pull back to 1710. Thanks, Lisa. Excited to have you. LN, this is TradingView. It is down in the description area below. You can use TradingView for free. And they do have different paid versions. So if you want more indicators, you want more alerts, then there is the paid version that you can go to. If you want to see 2 windows instead of 1, you do have to upgrade to a paid version. But this has paper trading for stocks, scanning, and charting for free. It's if you want those extras that you do have to pay for them. And I love it. The reason why I love this so much is because it's exactly the same on my phone. I set up everything in the morning. If I'm away from my desk, if I'm at the gym, if I'm at the grocery store, I have been known to trade in the grocery store parking lot as a mom of 2. I set up my alerts, everything like that, and I have everything at my fingertips. So it helps you to be mobile. All right, so Ethereum, liking this. It could pull back a little bit, 18. I would look for a test of the 1850 level. If that were to fail, I would think it might come back down to roughly 1725, 1710, 1700 area. These are a bit extended now. I would anticipate, hey, look, we've had a 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe we're going to have a big, massive 5 move. Or it could be a little truncated 5 wave and then a little bit of a corrective wave and then another big surge to the upside. All right. So we've gone through the indexes. We've gone through, let's look at the XLF, right? So XLF, let's look at this on a monthly chart, right? I like the monthly chart for XLF. So look at this ginormous cup, almost handle over here. Over the past 12 months, up, down, we are breaking out all-time highs for the financials. So that is something to note. Are the financials going to be affected by stimulus? Haven't seen you buy before. Do you buy through Trade Ideas or a different tool? I just go straight with my broker, Lisa. I never have used an API to buy through another program. I don't know. I just don't trust it. I would rather go right with my hands, put in an order directly. So I don't use a platform to trade through. Then I know some people do, like DOS Trader, Trade Ideas has that ability too, but I don't do that. All right. So this also has a bit, it almost looks like a wonky W, right? So if we were to measure here, 2350 to 3033. Yeah, we'll add the airlines, Samuel. I will, because it is Friday, I also have my live stream over. Whoops, that's not the distance that I wanted. So here we can measure it. I also have my live stream with Ticker Talker as well today. So I do have to be cognizant of that to switch over. And I know ASIF is awesome. So 626. So let's move this on up. 626, target for $36 for XLF. Ellen, what are my thoughts about inflation coming soon around the corner? As long as they continue to print money, as long as the Fed continues to buy, the dollar will drop, the inflation will go up, and likely we might see that the dollar just sort of disappears. We might go back to the old type of style of valuation of everything with gold or silver commodities. So owning physical assets as well is going to be good. I'm doing a video all about buying silver. That's going to be coming up about, if you wanted to invest in actual metals, how you could do that. Good ways to check it out and to be an educated buyer so that you're not just randomly buying stuff, right? You want to be educated so people don't dupe you. All right, so target of $36 for XLF over here. And just checking to see what's going on. All right, I just want to check and see really quickly what's going on. So 390.72, we are starting to pull back, right? Let's look at this on the weekly as well and see where are we. Look at all these little lines. So on the weekly, sometimes it's easier to see, right? Let's go here. Oops, I don't want to move that. I want to move the red line. Probably easier if I move it over here. So it looks as if we have this real support area that was a resistance, and then I'd like to see 382 hold as support. And again, did not mean to move the line. If we can break below 390 right there, that would be interesting. I know, I just moved it. So when we back it down to the daily, we bounced off of this yesterday, and I would watch this. If we break here, likely bigger picture to come back down to roughly 383. I think that's what the target was that I even gave you guys earlier on the SPY. So it's looking like it wants to somewhat curl over. All right, nice. Based on also this dropping, I am in FNGD. I do not necessarily recommend you trade triple ETFs. I don't recommend anything. I just give you my opinion. But FNGD, this is a triple inverse leveraged ETF with the holdings of these top stocks: Twitter, Tesla, Apple, Facebook, Google. If these are dropping, this one will increase. So today I entered this at 305, looking at the chart and saying, hey, wait a second, this is topped off. Or on the other side, I was in the inverse of it. I was in FNGU, and I saw it stalling, and I saw Twitter as well stalling, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to flip it. And so I went into FNGD, and now I was in it 5, so up 7 cents, so up not that much, but up a little bit so far. If we start to have a big drawdown with, let's see, Twitter has the potential to pull back further. When we look at it on the daily, we have a test of this high, lower volume. If this breaks down below 67, a quick move down to 62, that would be my target likely. I was in Tesla as well. Let's see if I have my fibs on here. I was in Tesla and I said, hey, if this holds 786, I'd like it up to 806. It did not hold. Looks as if this is ready to continue to pull back as well. Also, Apple. Let's run through these really quickly. So Apple it was holding. If this holds 124.50, likely a continued move to the upside. However, if this breaks down below 124.50 and below this box, which we bounced almost off of yesterday, then likely a move down here to 125, 124. So I would watch that as well. Facebook, how's Facebook doing with everything that's happening with censorship and Australia? Right now, this looks as if they want to continue to sell it off of this trend line. So this was an old trend line. Let's move this over here, right? So maybe we're going to come back down further. Google as well. It's looking like the majors are ready to top off and drop, right? They could come back down to, this could come back down to 1830, shorter term 2010, then right down here 1850, and then this trend line. So watching all of these, they're looking like they're ready to have a little correction. Yesterday, I thought, okay, maybe it's a dead cat bounce, and BABA seasonality is coming. Hey, if we can bounce off of the 200 simple moving average down here to 56, this could likely move to the upside. Netflix as well. Netflix, we had this big consolidation box that it sort of traded in and out. We shot up and hit the target, and now it's starting to curl back down, gap down to 531. So that's why I entered that. All right, let's go back. I like that Twitter birds. Those are the ones that you guys can see. I use a lot of lists here on my trading view. All right. So on my list today, JMP as a potential runner. Well, let's look at it on the 15-minute chart. It ran up early. I had this trend line. Yep, once that broke, pulled right back down. And so that one had a little bit of a short to it. Amat today had earnings and ran up nice this morning from the breakout. Actually happened pre-market, but then you could have come and said, hey, you know what? I'm going to look here. I did have Eve ask me a question. He's from Belgium, asking me about my trade alerts. So Eve, on this one, I would watch this and I'd say, hey, look, here it is. Okay, 15 minutes. I would watch this and see, hey, if this is bouncing, I would like it on the curl up. I always want to catch it on that move up, not necessarily on the top when it's overextended. So I'm waiting for the optimal entry. It always comes back to volume and looking for that optimal entry. Also pay attention, guys. If you're entering something and you're seeing that the volume is dropping, or you're seeing that it's at a top and the volume is dropping, maybe that's a sign that nobody else is buying. So do not ignore the volume down here. It's very important to visually see if the demand is there or not, right? How many people do you look at the volume? Can I do a poll? I've never done a poll here. I know I can do a poll in the training pit. I wish I could do a poll on YouTube. That'd be awesome. So I want to ask you guys, do you guys look at, let me add AAL, DAL, Mesa, JetBlue, before the chat starts going crazy, and EOLs. So do you guys look at the volume when you're trading, or simply the candlesticks? Can you answer that in the chat? I'm really curious to know how many people actually watch the volume at the bottom. Hi, Financial Freedom. Just getting to know TradingView, how to turn on the volume. Very easily. Lisa, you go to indicators and type volume. Right here, volume, that's it. It's very easy. Really? All right, you guys are being shy. Don't be shy, put it in the chat. Yes or no? Because hopefully today will help you to see that you need to watch the volume. You watch the top and the bottom of the candlestick, but you don't watch the volume, Asif? Okay, so we're gonna do like super speedy because I have to be over at trading ticker talker. So many things. FUTU as well today. Look at that, nice run up, just like the market, and then came back down. Blink as well. Add the volume, Asif. The volume is going to help you. It's going to help you see when it's implied volume too. Yeah, that's good, Samuel. So Blink, nice move. Also like Fuel Cell today. I picked Blink to put it on my list instead of Fuel Cell because because Blink has much less in the float, 35 million, and Fuel Cell I believe has 968 million. Let's see if my brain is memorizing the information correctly. No, 310 million. Volume is momentum. Yes, Ellen. It does make a difference. So definitely follow that volume at the bottom. Even if you go to like a 2-minute chart, you're able to see even more. Hey, look, here's big volume. If we go above it, okay, great. Then maybe that's buying. But hey, look, that was the biggest volume that was traded. Now we're below it. Okay, likely momentum has stalled. I will go to the 2-minute. For those people that do not know how to read level 2, I highly recommend you watch the 2-minute chart. It will tell you when the volume is building. You will visually see that candlestick growing and you'll be able to know, oh my goodness, we've hit a point at which there's more volume. Hey, this candlestick right here. Yes, look, volume was building. It broke out. All right, those are shorts getting out, momentum buyers getting in. It's amazing. Yes, yes, Salve. It's the key to the rule of supply and demand. Lazy Boy today had crazy volume pre-market and a doji day prior. Let's go over here. So crazy volume. Wanted to check that one out. Had a nice move up above 38.40 up to 39.20, 70 cents. PBR today also on the list, melting down, as are a lot of oil companies today. Uber today had the news in England by the Supreme Court that they were going to be set up as their employees. I just want to make sure that I'm not getting a chat from over on Ticker Talker. So let's just put my Skype on my phone really quickly. All right. Because he'll give me a, hey Jane, where are you? All right, TWLO, love TWLO. And see the crazy volume right here? Where are we? Crazy volume yesterday, where are we? We're below it. What would that tell you? If we're below all of that crazy volume yesterday. Anyone? Crickets? Nothing? Not anyone? Dropbox today too had a little trade to it, to the upside. So with TWLO, we're below all the volume yesterday. Probably some profit taking and some selling, right? Look at those candlesticks and see where we are. Look at what happened. It was just moving the averages down. We're still below those moving averages on the 15-minute. And so, or low volume can also mean the opposite. So if it's at the top, no buyers. If it's at the bottom, no more sellers, right? That then the buyers are going to come in and then boom. Usually you can see super low volume on the upside will usually be a reversal as well. And then super high on the bottom, another reversal as well on a candlestick. All right, so let's go to HYLN. Super quickly, he's not messaging me yet, so we're good. All right, so HYLN, maybe he's watching and he sees me. So HYLN, let's look at it on the daily. Looks like it's been bouncing off of the 425, but we have earnings coming up. I would wait personally until after earnings. Buyers are selling. Exactly. Profit taking. Yes, guys. Yes, yes, yes. XPEV looks like it's rolling down the hill. My thoughts are it might come back down to 24.30 and then be something that I would look at. PFE, Pfizer. So Pfizer, this was when they announced that they had the approval for the COVID vaccine. Sell the news, right? It's just coming back down the hill. I would look for it to hit support down here of roughly 33.60. AGI, don't know AGI, Alamos Gold. So surprising, gold is up and this is dropping. Very interesting, probably in relation to earnings. If we back this out, maybe it's going to find support over here around 731 or 725. American Airlines. Super speedy. American Airlines still just sort of grinding up the hill over here. Let's take this, delete this, and do this over here. Oh, what happened? I wanted it right here. So it has been somewhat trading in this channel. This was a short squeeze day, and it's just been hanging out in this channel. So I'd watch to see if it's going to close outside of this channel today, or if this will continue to move to the upside. Let's stretch that. You see, is it going to come back in and then maybe come down and then surge back up? A slow increase over here. Delta Airlines, probably the same sort of scenario. Yeah, a little bit steeper growth here. It did have a breakout right here. Came, you see it was resistance, tested that and bounced. So I would like this as long as it can hold up above 43.40. Mesa looks as if we have a high volume doji day right here. Where we close from here, this could be a reversal to come back down. JetBlue, I'm trying to super go through these quickly. Breaking out over here, we have the resistance area probably over here. You see this? This was resistance in the past of a little bit of a W, and then it gapped up, and then I would look for 18 from there. Let's get rid of the 750. EOLS, last one. So this one is pretty crazy volume, looks like low float. Health and technology, let's check out that float. It is 21 million, likely the reason why it's going a bit so crazy. And what I like to do for these too is throw on the anchored volume weighted average price from the opening candlestick. Hey, we're up above. Looks like it's still buying to me. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me today. I will be jumping over to the Ticker Talker live stream, so if you'd like to join me over there, feel free. It's the Ticker Talker channel on YouTube as well. Other than that, Carpe Profit sees those profits one trade at a time. I will see you all on Sunday at roughly 1:30 Eastern to go over my watch list, and I hope you have an amazing weekend until then. All right, see you guys soon.